a place like Knock or Lourdes.
Yeah.
And they have this expectation that lots of other people have got healed there before, so therefore it's going to happen for me as well.
Yeah.
The placebo effect is a well-documented phenomena, but is it really a real thing?
We're the happy headers, and today we're going to take a deep dive into the old placebo.
Yeah.
And see, like, is it all in our heads, or...
Well, it is.
You know...
I think it is all in our heads, but that doesn't make it less real.
Yes, well, I agree with that, right?
Yeah.
For once,
Because there's lots of stuff going around in your head that you have no idea where it comes from or how real it is, but it has an effect on you.
I do believe, like, do you know the way some people are getting treated for certain illnesses, like maybe cancer or something like that, and one person will decide to go down the natural route and another person will take the chemo and, you know, the medical model, you know, and both couldn't recover, you know, both, and...
Well, there's a lot to be said for people who have a positive attitude to their healing.
Yeah.
They tend to get on a whole lot better. Whether they get ultimately cured or not, they tend to have a better experience than the people who are very pessimistic.
Yeah,
outlook.
absolutely.
So the placebo effect, for those of you who don't know, is this idea, it's a phenomenon. It is actually a real documented thing in medicine, where if people are in a trial group, doctors might give 50% of the people real medicine to help have an effective cure a disease. The other 50% they'll give just a sugar pill, it's a useless thing. Don't tell you which one you got. Is it the real thing or is it the placebo? But more often than not, when they examine their results, the placebo group have done just as well as the ones who got the medicine, or sometimes even better.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, it's mad. They've done this for all sorts of illnesses down through the years, haven't they? Like,
Yes.
It's incredible. Yeah.
But this is how people get healed. Whether it's through religious healings or whatever, people will go to a place like Knock or Lourdes, and they have this expectation that lots of other people have got healed there before, so therefore it's going to happen for me as well.
Yeah.
So it's the belief rather than the location of the place or any particular religious belief.
Yeah, there's a guy that done a whole load of research on this, Dr. Joe Dispenza, actually.
Yeah.
He wrote a book called The Placebo Effect. It's very interesting if you wanted to take a look at it, actually, you know, he talks about that. He talks about the power to heal yourself, you know, and that so many people on his seminars, now whether this is true or not, I don't know either, but
your mind can heal you, your mind can heal you or it can kill you.
Absolutely.
Or anywhere in between. Derren Brown has done wonderful work on the placebo.
Now,
he gave a guy a pill. This guy had fear of spiders, and I don't know, the agoraphobia as well, and other things. But he suggested to him that this pill had been used by the military on their soldiers, and that he was part of a group that were just trying it on regular people, and he was to expect fantastic things, that he would see colours more vividly, that he'd have heightened sense of awareness, that he'd be much more productive. And the guy would take the pill, and he found all those things to be true.
Oh, wow.
But when they told him that it was just a sugar pill, it was nothing. He was initially disappointed, but realised, well, hold on, it didn't actually matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
The effect was the same.
Yeah. God, it's incredible, isn't it?
So the placebo effect works whether you know it's a placebo or not. It still works. And the more kind of what's the word I'm looking for? The more they would go with the presentation. Yeah, the more they kind of dicky it up a bit and kind of make it extra special and extra extraordinary, the more powerful the placebo will be.
Yeah, because there was loads of experiments done around, you know, a person in a white coat is assumed to be a doctor, you know, and they give you an instruction and you just follow the instruction because you see them as the authority figure.
Yeah.
You know,
and again, Derren Brown did that in one of his shows, where first of all he told somebody he was, I think it was, I don't know, was he talking about acupuncture or some other intervention, but again, the person believed that he was an expert and he knew what he was talking about and they got benefit from it. He told somebody else then he was a faith healer, and they got cured and healed from him praying over it. He said, I think he's an atheist, Derren Brown. Wow. And then somebody else, he told him that he could not only interpret their dreams, but tell them what their dreams were.
No way.
Well, and again, he did it. Not quite sure how he did that one.
Yeah.
Darren, if you're listening.
Smash. Give us an old heads up there.
Yeah. But the more people have belief in you, then the stronger impact and influence they're going to have over you.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think I watched, remember that book as well, or that film that came out, The Secret?
Yes.
There's lots in that about, you know, healing yourself and that kind of thing too. But I find it interesting, like, they've run loads of tests as well on people, on your brain. Like, if you practice something over and over again in your brain, without actually doing it, like playing tennis, for example, or learning a particular tune on the piano, that you can actually, the muscle memory is more powerful than the actual act of doing it. I just thought that was really fascinating as well.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah. And you see, a lot of hypnosis works on, it's akin to the placebo effect. It's the power of suggestion.
Yeah.
So sometimes when people are procrastinators and they have stuff to do and they sit down to try to do it, and a couple of hours later they've done bugger all, I would work with them and implant this idea into their heads that their subconscious mind contains all the information and data that they need, and it's just going to bubble up into their awareness, and they're just going to focus, blinkered focus for 20 minutes and just going to concentrate, and they do, and they get marvellous results, because I've used this on myself.
Oh yeah, I mean, even with me, like I came to you for about 3 sessions. I was heavily addicted to those vapes, the nicotine ones, and really strong doses of it. And I was in my head all the time, really wanted to get off it, And I'd been to Paul and I was kind of half on the fence, wasn't I, the first couple of times.
She was a tough cookie.
Yeah, it was tough to crack, but you got into my head eventually. And like, literally days after I'd been to you, I was like, this fucking thing is controlling my life, and I hurled it. Not very environmentally friendly, but I hurled it into the local river.
So now there's vaping fish.
Yeah, and touch wood, like I haven't touched it since, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but it's the way you talked to me about it during the hypnosis that helped me change my mind, or solidify really
and
what I believed already.
Change your belief, because people say to me, I vape to relax, and I go,
yes.
Do you mind explaining that to me, how it works? And they can't.
No,
because it doesn't.
Because I realised as well during it that I needed to breathe actually. So I was sucking this vape into me the whole time, and that came up in my hypnosis when we went kind of deeper into it, and it was a very interesting thing. Like,
and sometimes it applies to smoking as well. It's vaping or smoking facilitates you in taking a break, walking away from your stress. It doesn't de-stress you, but it gives you an opportunity to walk away from your stress.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
And that's the thing. But again, like you've all kinds of beliefs about lots of things in your life, whether it's religion, whether it's politics, whether it's the environment, whether it's as people, puppet masters pulling the strings behind world powers. So all of these things affect how you think, and how you think impacts on your body.
Absolutely.
Hugely.
Have you ever had an experience, guys? Just let us know if you've taken medications that were later. I remember a doctor, I can't mention his name, but there was a woman coming into him every week with this pain in her hip and everything, looking for, an injection. And he injected her with water once. And then the following week she came back and she's like, oh, that was great, doctor. It was brilliant. But she actually sued him because he said to her, now,
that was gratitude.
Mary, or whatever, I fucking injecting you with water last week, because he knew there was nothing wrong with her, it was all in her head. And she freaking sued him.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not cool either, sure.
It's not, but at the back of that too, there can be this thing of she was getting attention every week. She had a person who would listen to her, and she could talk about it, and she would feel better from that alone.
But the suffering, the need to suffer. Do you know what I mean? To be in constant suffering. And I hate it when I see these little faces. Like that all the time. Yeah. Like, oh man, please.
So placebo effect. Let us know your experience of us. Like us, subscribe to us.
Like us, not placebo.
We can have the placebo effect on you. I will talk to you soon.